Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in today's video, we are going to understand how to instantly add Trello cards to Google Sheets. So here my objective is that whenever I'm going to add a new card in Trello, then automatically I want to add the same Trello card details in my Google Sheets. So now to do this, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect to build an integration between these two applications. My trigger application will be Trello and my action application will be Google Sheets. So if you want to learn more about this, follow me through the screen. In this video, we are going to understand how to instantly add Trello cards to Google Sheets. So here my objective is that whenever I'm going to create a card in Trello, then automatically the same card details should be added in my Google Sheets in a new row. So now to do this, I need to build an integration between these two applications for which I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So by using Pabbly Connect, I'm going to automate this entire process. And now as an existing user, I'm going to sign in. But if you're a new user, you can click on the sign up for free button and every month you will get 100 tasks for free. So as an existing user, I'm going to sign in. Now this here is the all applications page by Pabbly. Here I will go to Pabbly Connect and click on access now to reach my dashboard. So this here is my dashboard, and in order to create a new workflow, I will go to my right hand side corner and click on this create workflow button. So now in this dialog box appearing, I'm going to give my workflow a name. So here I've named it as instantly add new Trello cards to Google Sheets. And on my left hand side, these are the folders which I've created before. So I want to save this workflow in the folder named as Trello. And now here I'm going to click on create. So as I did that, now I have arrived on a very important window which consists of trigger and action. Basically, trigger and action are the two most important principles or concepts of Pabbly Connect on which this entire automation and integration will depend. Trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So action is an automated response of your trigger application, and in a workflow, you can only have one trigger but multiple action applications. So now moving to my use case, that is to instantly add new Trello cards to Google Sheets. So my objective is that whenever I'm going to create a new card in Trello, then automatically the Trello card details should be added in my Google Sheets in a new row. So now to begin with the process, here moving to my trigger window, I'm going to search for Trello as my trigger application, and here it is. And now the trigger event will be new card. So this trigger will start working whenever a new card will be added in Trello. So now moving to my action window, as I want to add the Trello card details in my Google Sheets. So here Google Sheets will be my action application. Here it is. And the action event will be to add new row, because in a new row, I want to add the Trello card details. So here, as you can see that I've selected my trigger application and the trigger event along with my action application and the action event. So my objective is to instantly add new Trello cards to Google Sheets. So to do that, firstly, I need to establish a connection between Trello and Pabbly Connect. So to do that, here I'm going to click on connect. And now to add a new connection, here you need to mention your username, API key and the token. So here is the instruction given. You can find the above details by logging to your Trello account. After login, you can get the API key and generate a token from here. So by clicking on this hyperlink, I'm going to get the details. So over here, this is the key. I'm going to copy it. And here in Pabbly Connect, I'm going to mention it. So now to get the token, over here, I'm going to click on token. And over here, you can see that the username is Ashi2. So firstly, I'm going to mention the username as well. And now moving to the token part. So here, I'm going to click on allow. And this here is my token. So I'm going to copy it. And here in Pabbly Connect, I'm going to paste it. So as I've mentioned the username, API key and the token, here I'm going to click on save. So now here you can see that Trello and Pabbly Connect is successfully connected. So now moving to the board and the list. So over here in Trello, this is my board by the name of Google Sheets and the list name is new task. So here in Pabbly Connect, I'm going to select my board as Google Sheets. And over here, as it only consists of one list, that is by the new task, so it is selected over here. So after selecting the board and the list, I need to click on save and send test request. So as I did that, it is waiting for a webhook response. That means now I need to create a new card in Trello so that the response could be captured over here in Pabbly Connect. So now I'm going to take you to my Trello account. So here in this board, I'm going to create a new card. So here I'm going to add a new card and the title for this card will be write an article on the topic global warming. So here I've added a new card. So taking you back to Pabbly Connect, Here I have received a response. So over here in this response, as I've created a new card in Trello, so the response over here in Pabbly Connect is successfully captured. So this here is the list name that is by the name of new task. And here the action type is to create card. Scrolling down to the other details. So here is the card title that is by the name of write an article on the topic global warming. So as the details of the new card is successfully captured over here in Pabbly Connect, so now I also want to add the due date and the description for this card. So as it has already captured a response that is for the card title along with the list name and some other details. So now to get the description and the due date here in Pabbly Connect, I'm going to click on this add action step. And here I'm going to use delay by Pabbly. So delay by Pabbly will help me to add the time delay. So I can set the delay for minutes, hours, days, weeks or any specific date and time. So here let's say that I'm going to put a delay only for 2 minutes in this workflow. So the delay value is for 2 minutes. That means now this workflow will delay for 2 minutes. And here you can see that I've received a response, the status is success and the message is delayed for 2 minutes. So by using delay by Pabbly, I will be able to fetch the due date and the description of the card. So now I'm going back to Trello and here I'm going to open this card and I'm going to give a description and the due date. So here the description will be complete the task before deadline. And now I'm going to give a due date over here that is 27th and here I'm going to click on save. So over here as I've added the description, given a due date and over here this is the card title that is write an article on the topic global warming. So now I'm going to close this. So as taking you to Pabbly Connect, as I've used delay to fetch the details over here in Pabbly Connect. So here I'm going to click on this add action step. And here in this action window, I'm going to use Trello as my action application. And the action event will be to get card by ID. So here I'm going to click on connect. So as I've already built a connection with Trello and Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to use an existing connection. So here it says it is connected. So let me explain you in brief. That means when in Trello, I have added a new card. So the detail of that new card is successfully captured over here in Pabbly Connect. So that was the card title. So now by using delay by Pabbly, it will help me to fetch the card details such as description and the due date. So here moving to this action window, I need to mention the card ID. So to mention the card ID, I'm going to use the method of mapping. So basically mapping means to insert the data from previous step. So as I've received the card ID from Trello, so here I'm going to map it. So once I have mapped it, here I'm going to click on save and send test request. So here you can see that I have received a response. Scrolling down to the details. So this here is the due date. And scrolling down, this here is the description that is complete the task before deadline. And this here is my card title. So that means by using this action step, that is to get the card details from Trello, successfully captured the details of the card which I have mentioned. So as I've got the card details over here in Trello, now I want to add the same in my Google Sheets. So to do that, I need to establish a connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. So here I'm going to click on connect. And now to add a new connection, I will simply sign in with Google. So here I'm going to click on allow as this is a secure access and the authorization was successful. So now moving to select spreadsheet and the select sheet part. So this here is the Google Sheet which I've created by the name of Trello. It consists of 3 columns. First is of card name, second is of description, third is of due date. And it only consists of 1 sheet. So in this Google Sheet, I want to add the new Trello card details. So here in Pabbly Connect from this drop down, I'm going to select the spreadsheet. And the selected sheet is automatically 1 as it only consists of 1 sheet. So now to mention the details like card name, description and the due date. So to mention these again, I'm going to use the method that is mapping. So here I'm going to insert the data from previous step. So over here as from the response received, I've got the card name. So here I'm going to search for the card name. And it is write an article on the topic global warming. I have mapped it. Moving to the description. So again from the response received, I'm going to search for the description and I have mapped it. Now moving to the due date part. So as I only want to mention the due date, not the timing. So here from the response, I have received the due date along with the timing. So here I'm going to click on this add action step. And by using date time formatter by Pabbly, I will fetch the date out of the response. So here I'm going to click on format date only, and I'm going to click on connect. And here I'm going to map the date from the response that I have received. So here this is the due date and I have mapped it. Now moving to this is the from format of the date, and the to format will be YYMMDD, and here I'm going to click on save and send test request. So I have received the response and this here is my due date. So now moving to the action window for Google Sheets once again, and here from the response received I'm going to map the date. So as I've mapped the card name, description and the due date, this method of mapping is important so that every time I will receive a new response, so that response can be taken into consideration in these fields. If I would have written this information manually, in that case this information could have become static, which means that it wouldn't change even if I would have received a new response. So to avoid that problem, we map the information. So here after mapping the details, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here you can see that I have received a response and this here is a positive one. So that means the Trello card details would have been added in my Google Sheets in a new row. So taking you to my Google Sheet, and yes, over here you can see that in a new row the card name, description and the due date is added successfully. That means the new Trello card which I've just created is successfully added over here in a new row in my Google Sheet. So this integration and automation is a successful one. That means now whenever a new card will be created in Trello, then automatically the card details will be added in Google Sheets. Not just these applications, you can integrate a lot more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you have any doubts regarding Pabbly, reach us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can visit us at forum.pabbly.com. If you have any pricing related query, you can visit this link. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe our channel.